Good afternoon. Here to make a tour video of MV Veteran, my Chesapeake Bay boat. She was built in 1914, had several lives, and then was completely redone between 2010 and 2013. The pilot house was raised, and you can see where the portholes are there in center screen is the access to the berthing area, or is the berthing area rather, living space below decks, and the saloon was added on the stern, which you'll see all those once we get inside. It's got plenty of space up on the bow to relax and enjoy yourself. You can see we have a couple Adirondack chairs there. The mast folds if you need to transit under a lower fixed bridge, but it's the radar is mounted there. Okay, let's head on board. We walk around the dock here. Okay, pick back up with the port side view of Veteran. The hull is entirely wood. The pilot house and saloon are wood with glass overlay on the saloon. Okay, as we step on board, you can see you're looking into the pilot house. As we move up the foredeck next to the saloon, you can see the recreational space here on the bow. The anchor windlass is a dual system. The starboard side is the main anchor chain, which is all chain and 275 feet. The port is the backup system or secondary system, which is chain and line and is stored mostly below decks. The hatch coming at my feet, when raised up, that opens up into the chain locker and forward storage locker, where the access to the marine air conditioning, raw water washdown pump, anchored lines, etc. is. And you can see we use this for seating, and also can use the area on top of the berthing area as seating. And that hatch there in the center screen opens up from below, and that is ventilation for the berthing area, and also is your emergency egress from the berthing area. Okay, let's make our way inside. Okay, here we are in the pilot house, the captain's station. You can see the instruments up above. To the far left is the handle control for the spotlight, depth sounder, radar, and VHF radio. And the red hanging handle is the air horn. It's a single screw Detroit 671 diesel engine. Traditional controls. Charting table. Extra space. You can actually put a double air mattress up there and it fits quite nicely. I've berthed there many times. Lots of ventilation. If you're into antique clocks, the Seth Thomas clock is a working antique. Okay, and once we step down into the saloon, you can see you have lots of room here. Start to the port side of the stairs coming in. It's your freezer. That's where we keep the coffee maker. Cabinets up above. Built-in DVD player. Television. Lots of cabinet space. Lots of storage. The windows are all of a fun design. They tilt in from the top, so to provide good ventilation, but also if a wave splashes up or it starts to rain, the water hits and runs back out instead of in. The saloon air conditioner is a standard 110 volt air conditioner. Does a great job of keeping the saloon cool and the berthing area fairly reasonable. The wood stove, actual functioning wood stove. We use it to heat the boat in the wintertime. It does a great job. And its installation is all AYBC and USCG compliant. If you turn around, you see the dinette area, and that table folds up and attaches up on the windows there, up on the window there, to keep it out of the way for either space, or you can access this hatch, which takes you down to the engine room, where you can access, of course, the main drive engine, also the 7.5 kilowatt generator is down there. Moving into the galley, the cabinet extension there on the end, the countertop extension there on the end, folds down out of the way if you don't need it, and you have your full oven and 2-burner range top. Standard sink, paper towel holder, more cabinet space, and your refrigerator is on this side. And then this is your electrical controls for the shower pump, lights, etc. Again, tons of cabinet storage. Okay, before we go down into the berthing area, let's step out onto the stern, as my wife likes to call it, the back porch. So you have reasonable seating back here for 2 to 3 people. There's your grill, a propane grill permanently mounted. And this area is covered over, so you can sit out here even if it's raining or what have you. Your flagstaff. It's one of my favorite views, is off the stern on any given day. Just behind the door where it's open, you can see the inlet for your fresh water if you're using shore water, or your fill tanks for your 2 freshwater tanks for onboard water, or the 2 brass hatch covers there. The large, very large cover there gives you access to the emergency steering mechanism for the vessel. And that is a mount if you have a small outboard motor for a dinghy or some such. Okay, coming back into the saloon, just kind of give you the sweep view of it there. Lots and lots of room. Beautiful woodwork. I wish I could claim it was mine, but it was all done by the gentleman that restored this vessel. All hand done, very carefully and cautiously. He's a great craftsman. The cabinet doors, you may have noticed in the sweep through, are kind of unusual. They're actually salvaged wood from the ceiling of an old bi-boat's engine room. He planed it down, sanded it down, and used those for the cabinet doors. And all of the portholes you see throughout the vessel are salvaged from old workboats, as is the wood stove, which was made in the 20s in Richmond, Virginia. Going down into the berthing area, the mast you see right here that's part of the supports was actually part of the original mast of the vessel. It was recovered. You have your head, full sink, both 12 volt and 110 volt lighting, and electronic head, electric flush head. There's a holding tank on board, or if you should choose to go offshore with it, there is an outflow with macerator. Behind the door to the head, you have a freestanding cabinet, storage space here, shelving. There's an electrical outlet under there. And also, there are the controls for your marine air conditioning, which is right there, blowing down onto both berths. You also have 110 volt lights over each berth. And the berths are actually quite comfortable. Again, slept on them many times. Storage drawers underneath the berths. Another piece of the original mast. And there's the boat's bona fides, Coast Guard number. Up here you see the hatchway we saw from outside. It drops, the screen drops in, and then you can lift the hatch from in here. And again, that's to meet Coast Guard and AYBC specifications for an escape trunk from a berthing area. Also great for ventilation. There's more of the portholes I was talking about that are all rescued from old vessels. Writing desk, more storage, and the shower, which is actually one of the nicer features if you're going to live aboard the boat or take long trips, because, well, right now I've got fishing rods in here. It's fully functional separate shower, so no wet head. You don't have to sit on the toilet while you get your shower. Standard household controls, standard small household shower. Okay, coming back around, the steps leading down into the berthing area actually slide out, and you can see the double hatch. You can access that and open it to gain access to the front of the diesel engine if you need to do any work on it or repairs or inspections. And going back up into the saloon. Again, you can really see how much room is here. This hatch and that hatch both open to give you access to the top of the engine. So there is a tremendous amount of access for working, for inspections, for maintenance, what have you. Okay, and that is a tour of this part of Veteran. Okay, I'm gonna step back here and pause the video for a moment while I open up the engine room, and we'll show you down below. Okay, I opened up the deck hatch, as you can see. Go down into the engine compartment. I'm going to see if I can do this virtually. On the starboard side is your generator, Kohler generator. It's your starboard fuel tank. In front you can see your hydraulic and battery charger. And then your Detroit. On the far side, batteries, battery controller, waste tank, gasoline tank for the generator, it is a gasoline generator, and forward or port side fuel tank. So there's a fair amount of room to work down there. You can see it's a fairly dry bilge. It's always a plus on a wooden boat. Okay, and that is the tour of Veteran. I'll just leave you with this view from the pilot house. She's a grand old girl. A lot of fun to operate. Oh, by the way, these windows up here are pocket windows. They slide down in. So if you have any questions, thoughts, or want to set up a time to come take a look at her, take her out for a ride, just give me a call. 540-522-4254, or a text at that same number, or email me at cbbveteran, that's cbbveteran @gmail.com.